Very good, Matt. Thank you very much. And I want to echo Matt's sentiments, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I know we have people from different countries and I think different continents. So depending on what time it is in your particular area of the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us. As a matter of note, I did review the registration list, and I saw a few names that I recognized from the EA Symposium in Toronto. We gave this presentation there, but I did want to let you know if you saw this briefing then, the briefing that we're going to do today over this webcast is actually different. We've added a few more ideas and concepts and a few more specific things to our Casewise solution. So I do invite you to stay with us because there's going to be a number of new thoughts and comments. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we're going to start out just by kind of establishing a few thoughts up front. What is the purpose of enterprise architecture? Well, if we go to Wikipedia, some of the terms or some of the comments shared there are EA aims primarily to improve the effectiveness or efficiency of the business itself. So what does this include? Well, it might be innovations in the structure of an organization or centralization or federation of processes. Maybe it involves quality and timeliness of information. At the end of the day, it's generally designed to either save money, ensure that money being spent on IT is justified, or quite frankly, save money with regards to our business operations, our business processes. Here at Casewise, we like to add an additional concept there. We think one of the foundational purposes of EA is to provide clarity and visibility into complex organizations. And why? For the purpose of making informed decisions faster. For what type of decisions? Strategic decisions, organizational change, maybe IT investments, might be systems designs, buy versus build decisions, that sort of thing. And again, at the end of the day, to drive business value in the terms of driving down costs, taking advantage of opportunities in the marketplace, competitive advantage, etc. Let's take this a step further. We like to think of this concept of the clarity paradigm. We think there's a tax or a clarity tax when clarity is low. Things tend to take longer, costs go up. On the flip side, we think there's a clarity dividend. So when we have clarity of vision on our business processes or our dependency on technology, we think that when clarity goes up, costs go down and speed goes up. So how often do you hear or say things like, we need to get everybody on the same page. They just don't understand the business. We need to change the way we operate. Why do I need 3 systems to carry out one task? Do we even use that technology anymore? These are the types of questions that increased clarity through enterprise architecture can bring us and give us the opportunity to make better decisions faster. So how have we done as an EA community? If that's the purpose, how have we done? Well, I'd like to submit to you that we've succeeded. We've succeeded in building frameworks, in building models, in building repositories, views, and websites, etc. Quite frankly, things that we, the architects, care about. On the flip side, I'm going to submit that we have largely failed to bring clarity and deliver true value to the business, things that the business really cares about. And so this is our challenge, is we're kind of at a crossroads with enterprise architecture, that we've made some positive improvements, we've done some positive things, we've made some advancements, but we're still not delivering on the promise, delivering the value. So I think we're at a crossroads where some folks may pursue and reach take a pathway to success and some to failure. But we believe the journey's not over. We think we can still make an impact and deliver on this promise. In the perfect world, with regards to enterprise architecture, we would have clarity of vision. So goals would be clearly defined and measurable. We'd have a well-established scope with built-in flexibility. Expectations would be realistic and understood. We'd have all the resources we need, right? Knowledgeable people, intuitive tools. Time and money would be unlimited, right? Which we know is never the case. and at the end of the day, we'd be delivering the results. Innovation, game changers, market changers, agility, market-driven agility, and shareholder value, service to the citizen or the soldier for the folks in defense communities. Now, this is the perfect world. We simply know we're not there. So the question is, how do we bridge that gap? And what we want to talk about today is this notion of being smart or smart EA. We're gonna step into the voting booth and we're gonna pull the lever on smart, and around 7 core concepts or aspects of enterprise architecture. Those are expectations, scope, teams, frameworks, meta models, modeling, and finally tools. And as a matter of note, there are probably others, and in fact there are others, but these are the areas that we're going to focus on in today's discussion. So let's start with expectations. What's not smart with regards to expectations? Well, quite frankly, we tend to have our heads in the clouds sometimes, and we see organizations that they try to be too grandiose with what enterprise architecture can do. It is the solution to all our problems. If only we had an enterprise architecture, business operations would run smoothly, or projects would be on time, or applications would do what they were supposed to do. We simply aim too high and too broad, and as a result, more times than not, enterprise architecture initiatives tend to overpromise and underdeliver. This is simply not smart. So what is smart? Well, first of all, we need to come back down to earth. Architecture is a means to an end, not an end in and of itself. We're going to take this a step further. EA alone does absolutely nothing for you. Now, coming from an organization or company that's selling EA solutions, that probably sounds like kind of a shocking comment. But let's take it yet another step further. We believe enterprise architecture can help you do everything better. And what do we mean by that? Well, whether it's business transformation, organizational change, maybe dealing with an aging workforce, maybe simply trying to automate some business processes or realize some efficiencies with an effective enterprise architecture that provides greater clarity into business operations, into the interdependency of applications, the dependency of data, the interdependency of technologies. We can make better decisions more quickly, driving down costs and increasing speed. So to take this thought a step further, when we talk about being smart with expectations, whether you're just starting out, or maybe you've got a program, maybe you've got an EA program, or maybe you've become a little bit stale or stagnant and you're trying to jumpstart your program, be realistic. Do not overpromise. Don't set unrealistic expectations. Strive for greater clarity in key areas. Focus on supporting key business objectives. Now, what's one way that we can do this? Well, this flows right into our next kind of area of conversation, which is scope.